What is up, everybody? It's your boy Corey. Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to talk about Ironheart today because Ironheart releases a teaser tomorrow. And if it's the same teaser that I saw about a year ago that they did for D23, is like it's got the song "Can't Nobody Love Me Better." It's going to be playing that throughout the teaser. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that because I sure as hell didn't. And with reason, because I know where all this is going. I know what the show's going to be. I know what's going to happen. Not everything's going to happen in the show or anything like that, but I know you're going to have the same old woke Marvel Disney, or I say woke Disney Marvel fans running out saying it's the greatest show ever. Marvel is back. Black girl magic. Black girl strength. All this other stuff. I still have the same question. I've done a couple videos about Ironheart. One of them, I think, were pertaining to the woke Wakanda Forever movie that came out a couple years ago with her in it. And I believe the other one was about the show specifically and how it would be made. And that was about, I want to say that was about a year and a half ago as well. So it's been about a good, almost 2 years since I've talked about Ironheart, and with good reason. I don't really like to talk about Ironheart unless I have to. Well, now we're about a month away from the show releasing on Disney+. So what better time to talk about this than now? We're going to sit here and listen to Ryan Coogler talk about why he decided to be an executive producer on the Ironheart show. So make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get my thoughts once we watch the video. Or I guess throughout the video, because you already know how I do.
I got into Marvel as a kid, going to comic book shops. I was really big on X-Men and all of the offshoots, like X-Factor and Wolverine. When Ironheart came out, I remember the buzz around the industry. I was really excited.
You know what's funny is, how do you go from X-Men to Ironheart? I guess the same way you go from Sinners to Ironheart.
In 2016, Brian Michael Bendis, a really famous creative in the comic book world, created
I know I keep pausing this, but y'all know how I do. 2016. Now, when I mentioned the whole Miss Marvel thing, because they made Kamala Khan back in 2013 in order to push that agenda in 2023. So now we're in 2025, almost 10 years removed from the debut of Ironheart in the comic books. We know why they made Ironheart. You could have done Iron Lad. You could have made an Iron Lad show. Hell, I would have been against it, but you could have done a Tony Stark's daughter. I forget what her name was in Endgame. But Tony Stark's daughter from Endgame could have been Ironheart. You could have done that. I still would have complained about it because, again, we already know MCU. But the fact that they completely left out Harley Keener from Iron Man 3 in this entire storyline, this entire arc, after showing him at the end of Endgame, nobody has still yet to answer that question to me about how you have the kid from Iron Man 3 show up at the end of Endgame and nothing. It's been 6 years. We have heard nothing. But yet we're getting an Ironheart show that nobody asked for, a show that sat on the shelf for 2 years, by the way, and yet just because Ryan Coogler did Sinners and Sinners was successful, and every black person on earth is crying out to the world about how Sinners is the greatest movie of all time. Now y'all want to do this press warrant Ryan Coogler on here talking about how Ironheart's the next best thing to Tony Stark in Iron Man. Miss me with that BS.
The character, Riri Williams. A lot of people think that she's a successor to the Iron Man legacy. But in the comic book, Riri and Tony had a friendship. He was kind of advising her, and eventually she got her own identity as Ironheart. It was really exciting for me bringing that character into the MCU and Wakanda Forever.
One of the worst movies, not just comic book movies, not just MCU movies, one of the worst movies I ever had to sit through in a movie theater. One of the worst. And the way they did, not just Chadwick Boseman, but the way they did T'Challa, the character, I will never forgive them for, bro. I will never forgive them for.
The story of Ironheart is not a story about the mantle of Iron Man getting passed. If anything, it's the opposite.
It's really about her proving herself and achieving.
That's horrible. It looks horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible.
Her own legacy.
I'm very excited to get a heavy-hitting introduction.
It was really great to have Ryan as an executive producer. He really helped with the storytelling of Ironheart, the comic books, and Wakanda Forever.
Guarantee you this storytelling is going to be absolute dog shit when the show comes out. They're releasing 3 episodes, by the way. The first 3 episodes are going to be released all at one time. There's only one reason why they do that stupid shit. I'll let you figure it out.
Forever did a really great job of laying a backstory for Riri and her origin story. In our series, we're telling the story of what happens the days after Wakanda in the formative years of the superhero.
Again, nobody is asking for what happened to Riri Williams after Wakanda Forever. No. We sat down, we paid money to watch Black Panther, and we got pandered to the entire 2.5 hours of this fucking movie. And yet, you guys wanted to make an entire series based on the most unlikable character of the entire movie. Are you kidding me? This is the same thing that we've done with Last of Us Season 2. Now, the first season I thought was dog crap too. But the second season, bruh. They killed off Joel after the second episode, and then you have nothing but memes for the rest of the entire show when it comes to Ellie. Her claiming she's, I'm gonna be a dad, all that, and now she's finger banging other shit. Like, it's pregnant chicks, by the way. It's just weird shit, man, that they're putting out here in Hollywood. And then yet, if this show gets criticized, which it will, and I'm one of the people that's gonna be criticizing it, but when this show gets criticized as soon as it comes out, I guarantee you I know exactly what everybody's going to be screaming out at the top of their lungs for people that claim to like this show and claim to like this character. They're racist. They don't like watching black women lead. Blah, blah. They don't like watching women in general lead and blah, blah. Just because it's not starring a white straight male and blah, 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 then it doesn't suit your needs and blah. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. We're talking about consistency. And what Marvel has been for the past, ever since Endgame, technically Infinity War, has been consistently inconsistent. But let's continue.
Cool about her is she's a bit disruptive.
You want me to be small, but I refuse.
Which really
Have we not heard that about every fucking female Marvel character since 2016? She's disruptive. She's rebellious. She doesn't listen to rules. She doesn't abide by them. She breaks them. She's the strongest woman in all of New York City, or wherever the fuck this is at. MIT.
really sets her apart than our show.
He might be a hero after all.
It doesn't set it apart from your show, by the way.
I love how this story takes Riri on a totally...
Every female-led show and movie has had the same sentiment when they come out. The same kind of rollout. Brave, strong women who want to be disruptive. They don't play by the rules.
new journey. I want to build something undeniable. Something iconic.
Riri, I see you. Waiting to be acknowledged.
And I can't even take credit for this one. I heard somebody earlier say that, why would you say iconic instead of just wanting to be a hero? And that's the one thing you never really got in Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, with her character either. She keeps acting like she knows what the fuck she's doing, and I want to be iconic, but why not just be a hero? I want to be a hero. But again, that's a very microscopic, whatever. But that's very
For your greatness.
I'm very excited about Ironheart. I'm honored to have the opportunity to be delivering these stories that people love so much.
Who loves these stories? Who loves the Ironheart stories? I have not met one person who likes this character, let alone her fucking comic book.
Work.
I don't get it, man. We could have gotten, I don't know. I mean, you brought Gambit back for the death. We could have gotten any kind of series, man. Any kind of series, bro. You could have gotten a Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off series, right, with certain characters that they could bring back. I don't know. You could start introducing that. I mean, whatever they're going to do to X-Men, I guess, or whatever. You could have done an X-Men animated show, like a Gambit animated show, maybe prequel or something. I have no idea. Literally anything but this. anything but this. Why do we keep getting the Miss Marvels of the world? Why do we keep getting the freaking Wanda Maximoff shows? Why do we keep getting just Agatha Harkness? Agatha Harkness has her own show. And now we're talking about Riri fucking Williams. The pandering that Marvel has done. The pandering that Disney has done. And we already know about Disney and their failures in the past few years, especially financially. Not even critically. Financially. They know this shit does not work. That is why this show has been held up for hostage for 2 full calendar years. Because nobody wants this shit. Nobody likes it. Nobody asked for it. And now you're going to have all the Ryan Coogler stands coming out fresh off of fucking Sinners. Off of watching that movie 5 times in the theater. To now come and virtue signal for this show. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the meltdowns after we critique this fucking show. But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. I will be looking at the comments to see if anybody says anything. So let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just need to give this a chance. But I am 99.9% sure that I am right because I did have to sit through her insufferable character for 2.5 hours before. Now we're going to have to sit through it for at least 8 hours. So I don't know. It's your boy Corn, and I am OUT.